Hi Leo, welcome back. If you've been to my channel before, you already know how this works. This is going to be a monthly reading. I'm reading currently for the month of April 2024. This is when I'm recording, but please don't get too hooked up on this time frame because I believe that this reading will find you whenever you are actually ready for it and when you need to listen to it, okay? So if you know how my reading style works, at least when it comes to the monthly reading, you know that I usually like to start with cards that kind of tell me what the energy is. So I would just start with these two cards, which is what came out when I was asking what kind of energy is crowning your field at this moment. And I actually usually pull one only, but the one that came up is the one that Neptune, first and foremost, and that was the card of sacrifice, and the 10th house, which is also called the world. By the way, a couple of more things before I continue. This is a collective reading, so please keep this in mind. Not everything that I'm going to say will resonate with all of you. So just please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And also, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a like. And I would love to interact with you. So if you have any comment, please just drop me one in the box below. And please don't forget to subscribe, because this is the way I'm gonna have this channel growing. This is a brand new channel, so I hope to reach as many of you as possible. So please don't forget to subscribe, because that's how YouTube will help my growth. Okay, let's continue then. So I was saying Neptune and the 10th house. So the first feeling I got when I got these two cards together is something that is related to mostly the area of your life where you're actually the most exposed to. And like I said, take it as it resonates, because it could mean many things. For some of us, that would mean career, but for other of us, that would be matters of how we expose ourselves into the world, how we are seen by others, how others acknowledge us, and that could also mean in the area of relationship with others. I would say there's a slight tendency for me to kind of think more in terms of career, or at least how we put ourselves forward in the world. So because the 10th house usually is the house of reputation, the house of public image. It could be the house of career. It's a house that shows ambition and the wish that we are seen in a certain way by the collective. And so, like I said, it could apply to many areas. Now, when I see this card combination, when I see Neptune and the 10th house, well, this could mean many things again, as usual. That could mean that either you perhaps have Neptune in the 10th house, which that would definitely mean that this is your reading. But also it could mean that Neptune is having his influence in the 10th house, in your 10th house of reputation. What does that mean? Well, that means that the energy that Neptune brings along, it could be an energy like the card says, it could be the energy of, say, sacrifice, but that's not the only thing that Neptune is about. Neptune is actually many, many things, and it could be beautiful and complicated at the same time, because what Neptune brings along is beauty, ethereal beauty, an incredible power of imagination, an incredible capacity to say yes to everything that is in the dream world, because we tend to believe that. But at the same time, what Neptune does is that it is very capable of blurring the vision. Like, we think that we see something, but it's actually confused. It's not very real, not at the time at least, and that can be obviously quite unsettling for most. It's a planet that tends to blur everything that it touches, and that could be a good thing if you're looking in, from the point of view of artistically, for example. That's when Neptune, one of the things that Neptune rules, the artistic world. And so in that case, you know, setting free our imagination and going with the flow. You say that you draw, that you paint, that you're an artist in some shape or form, you're a musician, you are a poet, whatever that is. Neptune has a fantastic influence for artists specifically. But if you're trying to get your job done and you are trying to kind of get your ideas straight and see clearly, then Neptune could be an influence that will not help you as much, at least not in this period of time, which again, these readings are temporary, and plus you have always free will. So if you're aware of the kind of energy that surrounds you at this time, then you already know why things may not fall into place. So perhaps that helps with restraining a little bit the sense of frustration that may be coming up. Let me just put this 2 cards here for now, so that at least we know that that this is the energy. I would just say that you know, I first pull these cards and then I go ahead with the rest of the reading. I would say that this energy, like I said, kind of called my attention immediately onto the area of work. But then I also thought of all the, you know, the many things that could be. It could be a sense of deception. It could be a sense that perhaps you haven't been acknowledged in an area that you actually really have worked hard for, and so maybe something has shattered in that respect. It could also be you know, there are some kind of there could be some kind of manipulation going on. Like I said, it could be so many things. It could be a crossing of boundaries because there's a lot of confusion. So things may not fall into the place that you would like them to be. But like I said, Neptune is a place of beauty, and it's a place where everything is ethereal. So let's not forget that Neptune co-rules the sign of Pisces, which is one of the most compassionate and artistic and fluid zodiac signs. And so that could mean an exceptional amount of things, but I would definitely say that this energy is applied in the 10th house of reputation, let's call it that way, public recognition. That the 10th house can also be, according to whether you go with traditional astrology or a bit more with the psychological approach of astrology, it could either mean the father or the mother figure, as in the you know, mother and father figure specifically. So whoever was your carer, it doesn't matter the gender, and it doesn't really matter if it's biological or not. For many, the 10th house would be the father, but it could also be the mother. The 10th house is the most exposed of houses. It's the highest one in our birth chart, and so it's the most exposed one. So many associate it with the mother, because the mother is the mother figure, because it's what is most prominent in a child's life, at least from the beginning. But some also associate that to the father, because the father is the one that usually, you know, brings, at least in traditional astrology, it's, you know, it's the figure that brought home the bread, the one that went to work, the one that provided for the family, so the one that was the most exposed to the public eye. So it could be seen in many ways, like I said. So keep your receptivity really open, because this could mean many things, and it will resonate with all of you in different ways. Okay, so I would say we can start with the reading and have a look at the specific cards that came out. So it's interesting because, like I said, Neptune can really be confusing, right? We said Neptune can be unclear and make things dissolve. That's one of the words, one of the key words for Neptune. It can be dissolving, and it can also practice self-undoing. Okay, so let's keep in mind these words. And it's interesting because the reading opened up with the Tower, which is an entrance with a boom, I would say, into the reading. And so I was wondering, I laid out the first, let's say, 3 cards, but I was called to the Tower, because I was trying to understand what this was all about, what this energy was all about, what it was really truly affecting. So I asked for clarification, and I got the Knight of Cups. So like I said, for some of you it could mean something related to either family, because we're talking about father figure sort of thing. It could be something related to an emotional situation that was very exposed. So say that perhaps you are, or wish to be, or used to be in a relationship with someone who is a public figure, or you are a public figure, and so that could relate to you. But the Knight of Cups, interestingly enough, is also it's sometimes what it identifies with is someone that is in love with the idea of love. So this is very important because it kind of carries along this unrealistic quality to whatever it is that he touches. It's it's the romantic, is the one that offers the romance, that wants to ride away in the sunset with you. But is he concrete? Sometimes yes, and sometimes no. I mean, it's the Knight is still a bit of an immature figure. Certainly, it's a nice place to start, but it's definitely not as grounded as you would want it to be when you are looking, for example, for a stable relationship. That you would look more into a King of Cups. That would be more reassuring in that respect, I would say. But I was specifically called when I saw the Knight of Cups to the quality of, the lack of realism, because this is exactly what Neptune is all about. So what this suggests to me is that this tower moment, so this, this kind of other sudden realization, but more so it kind of came to me as, okay, that something shattered and maybe it came out of left field. You did not expect it, which is the case also sometimes when we are under a very heavy Neptunian influence. We just don't, we're not aware of what's around us because we are in our world. We are like, in this beautiful, dreamy reality, which doesn't necessarily correspond to what reality in the 3D is all about. So maybe something happened that you did not see coming, which is usually what the tower is all about. But some change, something really has shaken your foundation, and I think it's related, it seems at least, to something that indeed you were either looking with rose tinted glasses, as they say, or you were just just not aware of. Okay. And so right on the tail of that, the Eight of Wands came out, and that is a card actually of speed. It's a card of quick communication, haste. It's a very opposite, I would say, energy compared to the Neptunian energy. And so that could be an inspiration. Maybe after this tower moment, you just realized that you actually had to get into action mode. You have to listen to your guts, and what tells me that perhaps this is the direction that your life has been recently going, is because there is the card of the Hermit that is, represents normally Virgo, which is a very introspective kind of sign, and a sign that is very analytical. And I'm called to speak about Virgo in some way. So I would say perhaps you're connected with Virgo, you have it in your chart. But if you feel like drawn to it, then perhaps go have a look, because at the reading, the Virgo reading, because I have this inkling that there could be something that really connects you to Virgo quality, in the sense that you understood that you had to get yourself out of this dreaminess here, and you had to really go and dive within, because you needed to find in yourself the capacity to take yourself out of whatever was left after this big shakeup up here. Okay, so this is one way I can look at it. It could be that perhaps there was this quality about you of needing more of some kind of guidance, and or there is some, maybe a spiritual mentor that is coming towards you, or maybe you are the spiritual mentor and you're actually understanding that now you have to do a bit of that kind of work on yourself. Either way, there's a moment of contemplation, of soul searching. Again, there is a quality of aloneness, and I'm not going to say loneliness specifically, it's aloneness, because it again, it I get this feeling again that this is like you being in your own world, and perhaps for for very good reasons. At least at this time, maybe you understood that there was something that needed to be shaken up, and because you're going within, or maybe this is a result of it. I don't know. Like I said, it will resonate differently for all of you, but the caution here I would say is to not not to go dive deep when there is this Neptunian quality about you, because that could be very spiritual, but if you tip it a little too far, it could go into even kind of sinking into this feeling that whatever your wounds are at the moment will be kind of a part of your forever identity, which is never the case. We're always evolving. So, because one of the traits of Neptune is to actually wanting to escape from whatever it is, which is also quality of the Hermit, although the Hermit does in a very practical way, very Virgoan way, like I said. But Neptune says, I'm suffering too much, or this is too much for me to take in or to process, so let me just escape. And then you can withdraw from the world, a very hermit kind of thing to do, and just keep going around and around and into what it is that's hurt you, for example. And obviously this would not be recommended, because what you need to do instead is it seems to be like take action and take yourself out of it, because you seem to be heading that way. Just at this present moment, it feels like this is what's going on. This may have happened very recently. You may have been in a state of confusion, like what the hell just happened. I didn't see any of this coming, and then you withdraw because you feel like the world has attacked you. You haven't seen it coming, but I feel like you're getting out of this state. So please, just the caution here is to not let yourself slip away into whatever the hermit analysis will bring you to, because a lot of clarity actually seems to be coming in, and that will definitely spark again whatever sense of vitality, whatever you find vitality, and balance will be reestablished in this situation that seems to have knocked you off really, like in a way that you may still not know what happened there. Like, I get this. And so I was trying to understand what this balance would bring, and again, there's confirmation of a new beginning in a very passionate way, in a way that something that is going to fulfill you again. And we're going back to the 10th house over here, because the 10th house is about fulfilling some aspirations, because like I said, the 10th house is the house of ambitions. And so say that you were aiming at a career that for some reason you got put off track. Well, you are always at the right place at the right time, as they say, because the universe got your back, whether we feel it or not all the time. But that's the thing. It seems like you will have something anew that will just take you out of this energy, out of this energy that doesn't allow you to even sleep well at night, that just keeps playing and replaying scenarios, and maybe you're still asking yourself what happened. You will be able definitely to detach, or you will understand that you have to leave this situation or whatever caused this tower moment behind you, because you probably will understand that there is some sort of growth that is coming out of this, and perhaps kind of reestablish a little bit your basis. Like Leos are people that really they don't enjoy to be knocked off their horses. They usually are, and I say this with love, my Mars is in Leo, so they're usually ambitious. That's one thing that they are. So the 10th house actually matches quite well. But ambition can be manifested in many ways. It doesn't mean that you want to have the career of the CEO. No, ambition can be, being recognized for the generous person that you are, Leo. And if you're not acknowledged, then your pride gets hurt. That's one of the things that Leos incur into at times. Like, they are extremely extremely generous and they would love for people to understand. And when it comes to the 10th house, you would love for everybody to see who you are, your true nature. So maybe there's something about that. That's why we can go back also to the theme of family. Maybe family has underestimated you. If this is your situation, you will know, but you will understand in the short term really that some things are just not worth mulling over, that you can, you know, serenely step away from whatever it is that happened. There was a lesson there usually always is. That's the law of nature. So maybe just try to take on board what it is, because if the 10th house is here, it means that you're not off your horse. It means that you just have to take a different direction in how you go about it, and that's all it is. So I don't see anything wrong in here, but I do feel it for you if there has been something that, you know, whether you put your best genuine intentions into it and then it just didn't come up as what you wish for it to be, then obviously that's a bit of a, you know, a bit of a pain in many respects. But you're Leo, you're strong, you know exactly what to do. You're going to put yourself back on the horse, and you're just going to find it better than what you have left behind. So I always like to finish my readings with a guidance card if I have time and if I feel inspired, which I do. I don't know what's going on. And I will pull it out here, because I also find that these cards more often than not really kind of give me final confirmation about the topic we're talking about, or the energy that really is in the reading. So let's see if that's the case for you. This is sweet little deck that I always carry with me, because they, you know, messages are short but to the point, and I find them that they resonate most of the time. So let's see if a card pops up, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't, and that's okay too. There you go. Interesting. So the card is the card of self-sabotage. I will read it for you. It says, when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. Okay, so this is another way to look at this, Leos. That could be also the case. Maybe you were in your dreamy world, in your very Neptunian world, and you thought of going about things your very own way. And what happened is that you just didn't see yourself derailing your own self for some reason, like doing things in a way that wasn't conducive to your ultimate goal. That can also be the case, obviously. Something I hadn't mentioned before, but this is an extra layer that's been added now, and I feel that it's actually very relevant. So please look into that. This could be one of the contemplations that you may be drawn to do at this time with that hermit quality. If you need to mull over something, think about what you may have been done for you to actually maybe stepping out of reality without realizing that was what you were doing. Okay. All right, this is what I have for you for this month, Leo. I hope this resonates in some shape or form. If it did, like I said at the beginning, please don't forget to give me a like and especially subscribe to my channel so that I can actually reach out to more and more of you. Thank you so much, Leo, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye.